So you're ready to have a presentation. You're ready to do one of those master classes. You're ready for a webinar. And now you're wondering, okay, what's the process here? I'm going to give you the 4 phases of a profitable, successful, and fun masterclass or webinar or talk or workshop, whatever you decide that you want to call it. I'm Mary Bicknell. I am a business consultant for women who are ready to have more, to create a big, bold life in biz. And this is for people specifically who are in the wellness industries, the mental health service provider, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a people helper, right? You help people. And you want to be able to learn how to create a masterclass that is going to tell your ideal clients, hey, I got you. I understand you. Ready? Start writing this down. Get your notes out. The 4 phases of a profitable masterclass. So this is the biggest piece first, right? You really need to understand what is your offer and who is going to buy it. What's your offer? Who's going to buy it? Now, who's going to buy it, you need to figure that out. If you haven't figured that out yet, you got to look at one of the other videos around here to really narrow your niche, to really get in touch with your perfect ideal client, to understand her big dream and her big pain, and you are the big solution, my friend. So what's your offer? You have to know this. You have to be really clear. You have to understand what's keeping her up at night? What are her pain, like what's causing her to cry? What's she praying for? Fingers crossed, calling her mom, talking to her dog. Like, what is that? What is she? She's looking for you. And by you using, by you using a masterclass or a webinar, she's going to be able to understand that you are the solution. That's what you want. You want her to understand that you get her, that you understand her. Okay? Ready? All right, so here you go. The very first, now I want to say all this, I'm going to say this as though you've already started building your community, right? So that you have a population of people, a community, a tribe of people that you actually are going to do a presentation for, right? That you're going to be doing a presentation for. And there's a couple ways, just as a side note, that you can do this. Various list building or lead magnet or freebie or opt-in. I kind of use those interchangeably. Maybe you'd want to do this live inside your Facebook group. I'm a big believer in running a presentation, your masterclass, live several times, like a live launch, a live presentation, because once you've mastered selling your clients into it, your offer by doing it through a masterclass, guess what? Then you're able to more effectively leverage your time in putting things on automation. But that's for another day, and that's really exciting. So the goal here is, look, I've done these presentations live, online. My business is 100% online. I've grown my business 450% by starting to utilize online presentations. So I know that I got you covered. Ready? Number 1, this is the pre-selling phase. So in your masterclass, I want you to think about this pre-selling phase. In other words, she shows up and you want to tell her what's the promise of what's to come. This is where you're reinforcing like what you're going to walk away with. This is where you're going to outline who this is for and who this is not for. And why is it she's listening today? You want to do all that for a couple of reasons. One is you want to talk about who this is for so that you're not wasting people's time, right? This is for you if, and this is not for you if you want like the quickest weight loss in the world, or you want whatever it is. You want to make $1 million this month. So you want to weed out people so that you have the right eyeballs on the rest of your presentation. Phase number 2 is the positioning phase. This is where you get to start highlighting yourself and your success, and that you're building your authority. So it would look like something along the lines like, hey, I'm Mary Bicknell, I'm a clinical social worker, and I've worked with tens of thousands of women over the last 7 years, teaching them how to have the right mindset, the right plan, and the right systems to have the business that they want. To design a lifestyle first build a business that funds everything they want. I've done that myself. All my clients are from online. I'm going to share with you today some experience, some client results, some clients love, some client testimonials. So I would weave that in the positioning phase. Okay. And this is where you want her to really get at, like, you get her. So you might, this is also the next step is you're going to be, really thinking about, does your story resonate with her? Are you your own best client? Do you walk your talk and talk your walk? This is where you are starting to get that emotional resonance by that know, like, and trust factor. In other words, she's getting to know you. She's getting to like you. You're emotionally connecting with her. And she's like, I'm starting to trust this person because you understand your perfect ideal client. Number 3, the next phase is the process phase. So this is, you're going to walk her through your process. What's the process from the before, the after? If the two of you work together, what's the before and after? This is when you move into what needs to happen in order for their big problem to get overcome so that their big dream is what they want. Okay? Now, I want to make sure that you get this. This is where you start really talking about results. Like, what are the steps in your solution? What's your process? What are the results? You're starting to tell her, like, I understand, and there's a methodology for how I do things. There's a process. There's a system. We're not just winging it. You're showing the what needs to happen to have their big dream. Now, look, you're not going to be telling all the how-tos because the how-tos are you. The how-tos are with your offer, right? So you want to go there. You want to really go big here. You want to really paint the vision of what's possible. And this is really where you get to share that method and shine and allow your wisdom to show through. So make sure, again, you're talking about, what are the key problems? How do we go from here to there? What are some of the myths and misconceptions out there? What would be an exercise or a testimonial that you could share? Right? What would that look like? So think about that right now. What are some myths around why she can't get what she says she wants? So the 4th phase is the product promise. So you've given her all the juice. You've given her all the why. You've given her all the how-tos. And now it's the product promise. So this is the invitation to work with you. This is the invitation to purchase your product or be a part of your group. This is talking about why they should buy. Remember, this is where you get to say, and it would sound like this, right? There might be several calls to action, different calls to action. One call to action might be, hey, this is everything we just went over. Let me tell you how I can really help you achieve the goal. Insert your ideal client, your niche's goal. I want to invite you to get on a call with me. In this blind spot business breakthrough call, we will boom, boom, boom. That's what I call my business breakthrough call. There's 3 things that I work on with clients. I help them figure out what's in the way. Why don't you have what you say you want? What are the exact steps to get you there? And of course, if it's a fit, how we would work together. So also the call to action, the promise of your product. Your product could be a 5-week program. Your product could be, a self-study, all of these kind of things. So this is the moment where you are making the promise of your product. You are inviting them to participate in your product. So also this is where you also remind them, look, you got 2 choices. You can continue to go it alone, or you could work with somebody like me who has the answers, who've worked with thousands of women over the years to help them build the life and business that they really want. Or for you, it might be like, hey, now's the time. Like, look, you've got 2 choices. You can either continue to try and figure out how to lose that 30 pounds, or you can work with me. I've helped numerous women lose that last 30 pounds after pregnancy, or the 30 pounds you gained on menopause. Or, if you're really looking to have that relationship of a lifetime and learn how to communicate effectively and in a way that conveys passion and desire to your partner, now's the time. Here's the program that's getting ready to get started. So now you get to weave in all the good about your product. This is where you're reminding them also, like I call it a couple things. This is reminding the bleeding neck, the crying at night, the broken leg, the extra weight, the lost life, why now, why today? It has to be why now, why today. You know why? Because people are procrastinators. Maybe you can relate to that. People are procrastinators. People put off their change. People, although they want change, I have to tell you, my friends, it's hard to change. It's hard to create new habits sometimes. That's why you need someone like me for accountability and support. And like you, that's what you're doing with your clients. You're providing accountability of support, structure, systems, methods. You're working with people who are here watching here, and they're like, yes, please, I want what you have to offer. I want to give you this. Look, when someone's watching your presentation, it's truly not they're just sitting around wasting time. It's truly because they want a solution. They want a different outcome in their life. They want a new result, and they are showing up because they want what you have to offer. Your job is to be effective enough to execute this webinar, this masterclass, and convey what can be different for them if they worked with you. So let me tell you what your bold steps are. Let me get you some bold action steps to get started with. So decide right now, like, what's the name of that program that you want to launch? Or what's the name of the thing, right? The program, product, group, private call, like, what's the name of it? Get really clear on your ideal client's big dream and what is her big problem. And then I want you to write down, how are you the solution? How are you the solution? What is your methodology? And what's your offer? So if you need a little bit more support around that, check the link below. Come join my Facebook group for women just like you who are ready to create a big, bold life in biz. And I want to support you. And look, I believe in you. It's time to be bold. It's time for you to become a leader, make a difference, and create wealth. And you can do that by helping everyone who's waiting on you right now. All right, enjoy the rest of the day. I'll talk to you next time. Mary Bicknell. Bye.